Hey guys, so it's been kind of a while since every time I make one of these I say that it's been a while, I haven't been making them as much as I used to, because, and like I said, like every other video that I've made recently, just haven't really had much positive to say. A lot of, it's going on. I try not to let it bother me, but lately it seems that more stuff bothers me, and mostly because I think it's like I just don't understand, and like it's just confusing for me, stuff that's going on, and so this video probably is not going to be, positive or anything like that, so I'll warn you now. And I don't know really how it's going to go and how long it's going to be me bitching about shit. One thing that's really just kind of, well, I don't even know. There's just a lot of crap going on in the world, and there's always a lot of crap going on in the world, and for a while I just kind of really ignored it and just tried to stay positive in every way that I could and not let it bother me, but at the same time I kind of kept my opinions to myself and didn't really talk about, or just really kept it to myself. And lately I've been finding it's harder for me to do that, to keep opinions to myself, and I'm a really outspoken person as it is, so to kind of bottle it all up, it's kind of making me, now it's just making me angry and kind of whatever. For the most part, as far as my life goes, I'm not really unhappy right now. I'm about to start a job. I haven't started yet. It's kind of a long process working for the government paid job. So, I had to just background check and all that stuff. So I'm still waiting on them to tell me when I can start. And the house, we had some problems with electricity and heat. And that's kind of been an ongoing thing for me to get used to. Just now I'm starting to get over this culture shock, and I've been here since October, so I don't handle change very well, as much as like I desire it, and that's like the Sagittarius in me. I want it, but when then it happens, I'm like, no, I want my normal life back. So I've been watching like videos on YouTube and reading articles and stuff, and one thing I guess that's going on, and I don't fully understand it even as much as I read about it and watch videos about it, is I guess there's this big thing about birth control or whatever going on. That light's driving me nuts. Sorry, noisy. And I guess I don't really understand, because people are saying that birth control is just like the big guys, fat cats, whatever, the government trying to control population and stuff like that. But the way I see it, as being a female, and not to give too many details about my health as far as being a female goes, but I've had to use birth control not to prevent birth, but I've had ovarian cysts, dealt with that, and when I was younger, and I still deal with it, have excruciating pains sometimes, or when I was younger, it was every month, and actually had it more than once a month, excruciating pain. I've had times where I went 2-3 months on my, and birth control helped that, and see, I deal with acne, these like cyst like things, and I'm not on birth control right now. And it actually, in my last time I was on birth control, it made it a lot worse, so I'm not even gonna try to get on birth control for that. Stop! My animals, they always do this every time I try to make a video. There's so many other good things about birth control, and it has nothing to do with preventing birth. And I think that's what men don't understand, and not all men, so please don't think I'm really talking about necessarily all men, because I know men that they have sisters and they understand the benefits of birth control. But I guess I don't really understand, because they're trying to do away with birth control or something. I know last year, Amendment, I think 26, or I think is what it was called, in Mississippi tried to be passed, where basically would do away with birth control completely. And but not only that, if you had a miscarriage, you could be tried like a criminal. That act was just so absurd and bullshit, and luckily the smart people that exist in Mississippi, they saw through this extremely right-wing, conservative, religious-based amendment that would take away women's rights, basically. And I'm not really a feminist or anything like that. I believe that, rights equal for everybody. And but at the same time, I think that women should be more in control of our rights right now. And as it has been, mostly men are in control of our rights. And I just don't think they fully understand. The men that control these things, they don't fully understand. But it was even more saddening to me was, even on my Facebook, the very, sorry, a bird just walked by my window, just, I think he was watching me. Even the women just were really, they were blinded by, most of these women were very Christian, very religious, very, church-oriented. Nothing against that, but they saw this as, the only thing they wanted to see was that it would make, if you, say, had an abortion, you could go to prison, and they saw that as a good thing. And I'm against abortion in most cases, if not all cases. I'm against it personally. For just my own, I just don't see why it's ever reasonable. I've had friends that have had them, and I don't, dislike them or not respect them for it. I just don't agree with that decision. But, I'm not like one of these like crazy pro-life activists where, I'm gonna burn you or something because you have an abortion. It is your decision, and it's what I guess you can live with, but I personally wouldn't be able to live with that. I'm 24. I have been married for 4 years, and we are yet to have a child. And for the time that we've been married, I have not been on birth control. And so when I hear of women having abortions just because they don't think they can, or it's just not a good time in their life, that upsets me, because there's women out there who are like me that could and would love to, give a child a just loving household and family, and, are capable of supporting a child. And, there's a lot of different opinions about it, and I don't really get heated about that kind of thing too often, because like I said, it's everyone's own decision, everyone's right to make their own decision about that. But so I saw some videos and on YouTube and things on the internet, articles saying that, well, God didn't use birth control. Well, God wasn't human. And another, technically, somewhat God does use birth control, because there are women who can't get pregnant, and I think that's kind of, a form of him using birth control. Whatever. That one kind of got to me, because why would you even use that as an argument that God doesn't use birth control? God is a spirit. He's not human. And whatever. So that's just something that's kind of bothered me when I read about it or see people making videos, especially when men make videos that, birth control is just population control, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Some of these women don't need to be having children, and so instead of having abortions, they're using birth control so that they don't have to put themselves in that situation to take a life. And I do believe that as soon as, it is an embryo is a life, it's, whatever. But that's just one thing that's kind of just wanted to talk about. And then there's, all this, election crap starting to go on, and I don't see any good candidates. For a while I was kind of leaning towards Ron Paul, and then I think he's probably too conservative for me to support, because some of the things that he said, I'm just like, what? That's crazy. No. Of course, we're not going to agree with everything everyone, somebody says, but I just don't see any good candidates. I haven't seen any good candidates since my time voting, which has only been twice, I think. I voted in 2008, so actually that's only once, I think. Since I've been 18, yeah, once. Sorry. But even when I was younger and I couldn't vote, I paid attention, and I really haven't seen any good candidates for probably the last 3 or 4 elections. I haven't seen any that, I don't know. So, I don't think that America is going to do well, and I don't know, that doesn't really bother me too much, but what does bother me is the kind of stuff that they're trying to, the government's trying to, the acts they're trying to pass, and I've talked about that and everything. And I think that religion and religious-based policy should be completely taken out of politics, and then we wouldn't have such a problem. And that's just my opinion. A lot of, I've been having debates and comments and stuff, not necessarily on these videos, but inbox messages and on Facebook, people, it's a tough topic to talk about, really, and not be offensive. Everyone's talking about the end of the world and everything, and alien invasions and blah, blah, blah. One, I believe that there is intelligent life out in the universe. I think it is naive and conceited, selfish, whatever, to think that we're the only ones in the entire universe, entire multiverse, to believe that we're the only intelligent life forms. And I think that when we find the other planets that support life and have intelligent life, and they might look exactly like us, it's going to completely discredit all Christianity beliefs. And it's going to really confuse a lot of people, because they think that, not everybody, but it's taught that we are the only ones, that we're the only ones created by God and whatnot. And if you talk about, it's funny because if you talk about there being intelligent life out there, you are some kind of Satanist or something. And I'm not a Satanist by any means. And, you know, it's just so ignorant to tell someone they're going to hell because they believe that Christianity is not the only possible explanation, when there were other religions before Christianity, and maybe some of them not so bright, whatever. Christianity takes a lot from other religions, though, and people tell me, you know, and I hear and I read whatever, and they're, oh, well, it's Satan's work, that there's dinosaurs, bone skeletons, that there is UFOs and intelligent life out there. How is that Satan's work? I just don't get it. And I don't know. It's just a lot. I don't know, guys. I'm just really kind of down, and just been trying to focus on writing music, and that's why I haven't really been uploading on this channel. I've been uploading songs on my other channel and just trying to focus on that, and it's kind of down, you guys. Just kind of overall depressed. Not as depressed as I've been in other times in the past, but I don't really know why I wanted to make a video, honestly. I guess because I realized that, I don't know what I realized. You see, I'm just so blah. If I mention that I have racing thoughts and things like that, and people suggest I should get on medication. Been on medication. No, thank you. I'm not violent, and I'm not gonna hurt, you know, anybody. Just because my mind is always racing like it is right now. I don't know. What's going on? This video was random and made no sense at all, so it's Friday. Everyone have a good weekend. Ciao.